But let's go. 2025 mock draft number one. And this guy, if you don't know him, bro, if you don't know this YouTube Hoop Intellect, it says in the name, bro. Hoop Intellect. That's a very intellectual, and hoops, basketball. Obviously, intellectual intelligence, very smart individual when it comes to basketball. So you got to put a lot of trust in him for this one mock
The
draft.
franchise
Here
that
we go.
decided to trade away Luka Doncic just a
Number
few
one.
months ago was somehow gifted the opportunity to gain yet another franchise.
That's really crazy, bro. That's got to be. It has to be rigged. Like I know a lot of people said it, but that's the biggest trade of all time. Luka getting traded. Like nothing like this ever happened in not even in NBA, but in sports history. And I know, bro. I'm a historian, historical figure. His, yeah, bro. Well, I'm not really, but I'm into. I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to history. All right, and I know that nothing similar like that has ever happened. Luka Doncic getting traded, and then they get the number one motherfucking pick with what's the Cooper flag, bro.
Away Luka Doncic just a few months ago was somehow gifted the opportunity to gain yet another franchise cornerstone after winning the 2025.
Hey, anybody in the chat, bro? I literally put it on my story. Why is no one here? If you watching, bro, say what's up. All right. Dismiss. All right. Yeah. Say what's up, bro. If you watching, say what's up. I need to know if anyone's here so I can talk to you, bro. But if no one's here, it's cool, bro. I'll talk to myself.
Orders possible to talk about.
We cool in either way.
Many of those teams that badly needed talent, especially in the East, are still left searching for at least another year. Now, before we get into this mock, I have another board coming out late next week after the combine and everything, with tiers and more detail on each player, which will be necessary.
All right.
There's a lot going on here, and some tough decisions to make.
So outside Cooper Flag, like I know there's obviously Ace Bailey. I think that's all I know, bro. That's literally the only person I know. Ace Bailey. That's the only other name I've ever heard of. And I've heard people compare him to Paul George, so another Paul George club.
Dallas Mavericks take none other than Cooper Flag.
Of course, bro. Like, there's no way that the Mavericks actually would pick another person at Cooper Flag. If it is, then they're definitely the most cooked franchise of all time. They traded Luka and they didn't draft Cooper Flag. No, they're 100% drafting Cooper Flag. I don't think there's any debate. This has
got to be one of the funnier lottery storylines that we've seen. But focusing on the basketball
flag
here for a second, he's a tremendous prospect as a 6'9" wing who can do it all and makes
an impact on
offense. And a combination of he, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively will inevitably anchor one of the best defenses.
Yeah, that defense is crazy, bro. Anthony Davis,
a healthy Kyrie at some point,
and him,
they could make some noise early on. Now, does this organization deserve to be handed their future after previous future in Luka?
Bro, Cooper Flag, bro. This man is insanely athletic. From this play right here, I've seen a lot of clips of him when he was in high school, but in college, I didn't actually watch too much. I wasn't keeping up,
Early on. Now, does this organization deserve to be handed their future after
their
previous future
absolutely
and Luka
not.
Away in that fashion? Probably not, but the fans do, so
that
part of it is at least palatable. I think Cooper's going to shine here in the short term.
Ooh, contested, 100% contested.
Around him in the long
yeah, Cooper Flag's tough, bro. Definitely deserving of the Dylan Harper, bro. Dylan Harper, I forgot about this guy.
Top 4 for a third straight season, and they take Dylan Harper. He's a 6'5", 6'6" guard who excels at getting to the rim, making plays, and has a great craft to his
Wonder who they compare him
to. To me, he's the clear second best prospect in this draft. So even with the Spurs having De'Aaron Fox and
let me move this thing. Oh, the Spurs had the second pick. Okay, so I think the Spurs, I don't think they're actually going to drop them. I'm pretty sure they're going to trade this pick combined with, like, either Fox or, like, maybe Castle, Stephon Castle. They're definitely trade, bro. There's no way they're actually going to draft this guy. He's not that good, but he's really not that good. I mean, he is, obviously, I have no idea, bro. But compared to what they could get for trading this pick, I think I would trade it, bro. And I heard a lot of rumors about Wemby and Giannis teaming up. They might trade for Giannis, bro. That's something I want to see. Wembanyama, Giannis on the same team. That's immediate three championships incoming. All right. Facts. With OKC standing in your way, I don't know. You might struggle with that, but still, Wemby and Giannis, that's an elite duo. I need to see it.
Pick here, and I think there's at least a world where they could all coexist. Now, there's going to be a ton of speculation around this pick with Giannis potentially being available, and that's going to be the talk of things over the
next what I mean, bro? Hoop intellect. He's an intellectual hooper, bro. This guy, the name tells the whole story, bro. Hey, that's fire. Hoop intellect.
But for now, Harper brings a boost in the playmaking department around the generational talent in Wemby, and you can't really be too disappointed in that, even if it is a little clunky right now.
Yeah, no, he's getting traded. The picks
third
get
pick is
traded.
where the tough decisions have
What?
to get made. And Philly
What?
takes Baylor's
Where's
VJ
the other guy?
Edgerbo. VJ
Dylan
is an
Harper.
elite
No.
athlete, an active defender, and a
Not Dylan
capable
Harper.
shooter.
Ace
and he
Bailey?
fits
No.
the bill
Bro,
as
who
a
did I say
complementary
before?
guard who I
Said
believe
Ace
has
Bailey,
more to
right?
unlock as a creator. Obviously, you have a lot to work with on this roster already, including
Who's
two
this
smaller
guy?
guards
DJ
as your best
Edgico?
long-term pieces,
Combi?
but I like VJ in this spot, and I think he could still make a significant impact.
Bro, he
Now,
looks
Philly
like
will have the chance to move this pick.
Hey,
also to build
what?
on what's an
Where
already
did he
talented
jump from?
roster when healthy.
Bro, this guy looks like Anthony Edwards out there.
Now, Philly will have the chance to move this
Bang!
pick also to
That's a
build
nice
on what's
block.
an already
Very nice
talented
block.
roster when healthy, but VJ is the pick here.
Okay.
Now with number 4, the
Here
Hornets
we go.
take
Ace
Rutgers
Bailey.
wing Ace
Damn, at number
Bailey.
4.
Ace's game is a big shot maker who I believe in quite a bit defensively.
How
Is
tall
still
is he?
appealing towards the top of the draft, despite some of the issues he has in his decision making and
Okay.
handle.
Kind of looks like Paul George.
Now this has been one of my
That's a
least
Paul George
favorite
dunk,
landing
bro.
spots for
Definitely
Ace,
Paul
just
George.
because I think he could use a little more structure on both ends, but he'll at
Yeah.
least get opportunities playing off of LaMelo.
I feel like
and-
anyone going to the Hornets, you're cooked like on arrival, bro. Like there's no way you could go to that organization and just be just good, successful. You know, I don't think it could happen, bro. I don't even think it's gonna happen. Like LaMelo as your leader, bro. I don't know what they're doing in Charlotte, bro. And who's the backup? Miles Bridges? Didn't he beat up his wife or his girlfriend? And then who else do they got? Who else do the Hornets have, bro? I literally forgot who they have.
hopefully lean.
Oh,
in-
didn't they last year they like traded 2 of their players and then they got them back because the trade didn't even work. Yeah, Hornets organization, bro.
potential
I
on
expect them to
defensive
be in the
end
top
more.
top
The
5
Utah
picks
Jazz
every
had the
year
best
for
odds and
history,
ended
bro.
up with the
So
5th pick.
I'll be
And they
surprised
take
if the
Texas
Hornets
freshman
ever
Trey Johnson here.
make the
Now, I've been a
playoffs.
little hesitant
Like
to
they're
call
really that
Cal
bad.
Trey because of the lack of rim pressure and a rough defensive showing this year, but the shot making and solid feel as a passer could be enough to make up for it. I'm
Okay.
betting on the upside of
Bro,
Trey's
if anyone's in the
offense
chat,
being
bro,
worth it
say
because
what's up.
They've yet to
Say
find
what's up.
someone
Is anyone in the chat? Let's see. Let's see the evidence. Nope, nobody's there. Damn, bro. Pull up. Anyways, back to the game. So what we saying now?
moves the needle in a significant way in this rebuild. I could end up changing my mind on that being
Oh,
a
Trey
good
Johnson
strategy at this
at
point,
number
but
5.
that's how I feel at the moment.
All right.
Now the Wizards also
I
got a
don't know who
terrible
that
draw
is.
and ended up with
Derek
a 6th
Queen.
pick, but they
I
take
have heard
someone
of
I
this
think
guy.
would actually
I think I downloaded a draft class in 2K, right? Downloaded a draft class, and this guy was actually there. He was one of the. He was somewhere. Anyways, he was on the same team as me, and this guy was cooking, bro. If you know, you know. Like if you download in 2K,
he has some of the most
like
intriguing
the
upside
2025
available
or
at this point.
26
He's a
draft
6'10"
classes.
big who can make plays in a
So he's a
unique
big
way.
man.
And I think being next to guys
This
like
guy had,
Alex
like,
Sarr and Bilal
30
Coulibaly
points,
would
bro.
be overwhelmingly positive for him defensively and allow him the opportunity to realize more of his
So to the
potential.
Wizards,
Now, there's still some
didn't
real
they have
questions in him
the Alex-
athletically and as a
Alexis
shooter.
Sarr, bro?
But again, this is about
Yeah.
as good a spot for him to maximize his game as there is in the lottery. And if you're the Wizards, having your potential front court of the future is promising, even if you likely missed out on
he's a
that true
powerful one.
franchise player this year. The Pelicans take Duke's Khan Knipple at 7. Khan is one of the easier
Nipple,
players
bro.
to see,
That is a crazy name. Wait,
promising,
what?
even if you likely missed out on that true franchise player this year. The Pelicans take Duke.
So his name is Kon Kunakupu or Kunu Ipu. That's a crazy name. And this is the way this guy says it.
Duke's Khan Knipple at
Colin Nipples, bro. Crazy. Why you say Colin, bro? It's literally Con. I don't know why he's talking about Colin Nipples, bro. That doesn't actually make
Khan
sense.
is one of the easier
This
players
dude's a
to
freak,
see
bro.
as a
You might have
competitor,
hoop
an excellent
intellect,
shooter,
but your name
exact
pronunciation
closeout,
is not on point, bro.
selfish, and
He a
he's
lock him when
pretty
it comes to
physical,
English.
though not a great athlete. Defensively, he'll probably have his growing pains, but he does compete. And while I think teams will debate just how high his ceiling actually is, I believe he makes an impact wherever he lands. And
Who is this,
with
a
New
point
Orleans
guard?
being a place that they can really do anything, I go with the guy I become most confident in that's left, and someone I
Hey!
consider even higher than this.
Okay, looks pretty solid.
The Nets
That's
entered
pretty
the year
solid.
as a team that looked like they trade a few more pieces.
Jeremiah
and ended up taking
Fears,
a little
number
harder
8.
to get flagged, but Coach Fernandez in that group won a few too many games and ended up with the 8th pick. And they take OU guard Jeremiah Fears here.
Jeremiah
He has
Fears.
what I believe to be the most upside left on.
Isn't
the
this
board
the
as a
the
creative
one
guard.
college that Trey Young went to? The Oklahoma? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it definitely is, bro. I remember watching Trey Young in high school. Bro was pulling up from this line here on the daily, bro. 3 times a game. And he was smacking that shit.
abilities
Facts.
and upside as a shot maker. Now the defense.
Buddy Jeremiah Fears, he ain't on that level though. He's settling for the mid range. You know, the Jalen Brunson, SGA type of shots. Anthony Edwards. You know, he's sticking to the he's sticking to the basics.
Value,
nice layup. Nice nice little layups he got there.
And that's what they end up doing.
Step back. That's an ugly shot, bro. Like that is not a good shot, bro. Like this shot right here.
Been tough for me to properly value, but the Nets are in a unique position to take a swing here. And
when he first goes for the pull up, it looks like he's left-handed, so it looks like he's gonna shoot it that way. All right, let's see. See he's faced sideways, and he just standing, twists in the air, turns his legs around and smacks that shit. God damn.
Duke big man, come on,
I thought it was a bad shot, but no, that's actually a nice shot.
Make him a pretty easy
come on, Molotov.
And a potential excellent
for Duke again, bro. I've seen 3 guys from Duke already.
Now, questions about how much he's giving you offensively as a passer and self-creator is still
he looks like a really good shot block.
I think he's gonna make a significant.
I like the block animations he's got as well. Look at that, bang. How tall is he? Did he say? Did bro say?
Houston has the
must have said
biggest part. Sell high and a mile away. End up doing.
I didn't say it again. My bad. I didn't hear.
And they take Duke big man. Come on, mile away.
Bro, get off my dick, Andreas. I see you in the chat, bro. I'm not streaming on Kick. Twitch is better, bro. Twitch is literally better, bro.
Sell high in this draft and a potential.
There's no way. Tell me one thing on Kick that's better than Twitch.
Excellent building block for this Raptors.
Tell me one thing.
Has a lot of
one thing.
Parts. Now, questions about how much he's giving you offensively as a passer and self-creator.
I know you in the chat, bro. I know you're still there, bro. Say something. Say something, huh? You got nothing to say now, huh? Stream on Kick. Nobody stream on Kick, bro. Twitch is 100% better. Yeah, bro got nothing to say now. He's scared, bro. This guy is scared. Anyways, back to the highlights, bro. Back to the Hizzy highlights. Matter of fact, let me fix this up because you know what says the thing over there? I wanted to say it like literally right under my name. Like right there. I think that's a good location for it. Anyways, back to this thing. My bad for the distractions.
But I think he's gonna make a significant impact and should be considered even a little bit higher than this. Houston has the 10th pick and they take South Carolina forward Colin Murray.
Bro said you can make contract with them followers. Bro, I'm not going to that, bro. You can make followers and they can play you, bro, just for straight. Bro, we're not doing that, all right? I have one person watching. You're the only one watching. Why would I go there and make contracts? Why are we talking about contracts right now?
Even if he
the only thing we need to talk about is what the hell's going on right now, and you see what it is. NBA. Basketball. Basketball also better than football, on the other hand. Bro, I'm getting off topic. Let me take it back. Number 10, Colin Murray Boyles.
Game and physicality on the interior is exceptional, and even if he doesn't shoot, he should have an opportunity to contribute.
The defense.
Now, is Houston currently the spot that would allow him the best runway for that, especially with Amin as a franchise player? I'm not sure about that.
Who is he? Is he powerful? How tall is this guy?
Intrigued by the other options that might fit a little better.
He looks like a center. Bro, if the Rockets get him, they could trade Sengun because they don't need Sengun anymore. Sengun is trash, overrated as hell. Just like Andre is talking about in the chat. Kick's better. No, Kick overrated as hell. Just like this player that these guys are talking about. It's the same deal, bro. Overrated.
They go with best player.
We're not doing that. We on Twitch.
Now with the 11th pick, the Portland Trailblazers take French wing / forward.
Another French, bro. How the hell is French so good at NBA now? Like they're Wembanyama 2 years ago. Last year they had the number 1 and the number 2 pick. French, bro. Literally French. And now they got another French. Bro, French. I ain't gonna lie. French is up next, bro. French or France. That's the name. My bad. France is literally up next. It's got to be one of the best incoming countries when it comes to basketball. I think in the next Olympics, like obviously they had the Olympics last year. I think in the next Olympics, France actually might win. I hope they do. I really hope they do.
It has quite a bit of solid
USA needs to be taken down.
Nobody besides maybe Klingon that you're accounting for fit-wise.
Oh, damn.
I think Asinga could be that long-term piece that hits big despite being
How tall is he? So this guy's just pretty much talking about like the name of the person and like where they're from, but he's not actually telling us about the person. Bro, please tell us about the person. We want to know some more information.
Chicago takes Georgetown big man Thomas Sorber at number 12. Sorber's defensive prowess and versatility is at the top of the scouting report.
That's a good defense.
You match
Thomas
that with his
Sorber?
ability to
Oh,
defend
Thomas
plays and
Sorber?
do
Thomas Sorber, bro. Your name is Sober. That's a good. Hey, that's a good last name to have. You know. Obviously, there's certain times in my life I wish I was sober. Andreas, bro knows a lot about that. Right? Bro said reacts to a new YB song. Did Youngboy drop a new album? I seen he's going on tour. I seen he going on tour. I don't know. Bro, send it to me. Send me a new Youngboy. I haven't listened to any Youngboy song for a while, bro. Send me the song I should listen to after this, bro. I'm finishing this.
Enough as a
this is another 20 minutes, but send me the new song, bro.
I would consider in the lottery. Now, he's not the most exciting pick if you're a Bulls fan, and this will probably be higher than you'll see most places, but being in this spot, I'd want someone who can contribute and complement a variety of players no matter the direction of the team, and to me, Sorber is both that.
But that's unlucky that the Bulls got the 12th pick, and the Mavericks got the first pick. That shit doesn't even make sense to me. Like, how you gonna? Like, the Bulls really are a trash organization, bro. And they only got the 10th or the 12th pick. It's gotta be sad, bro. They do have Josh, obviously Josh Giddey, P Diddy, whatever his name is, bro. But yeah, 12th pick.
Atlanta is up here, and they take Illinois guard
Atlanta.
Yakuchonis.
See now we get to the stage where I'm not gonna remember this name. By the time the draft comes, Kasparis Jakuchonis, bro. I'm not remembering your name.
Side is hard to keep
Simple as that.
Fully out of lottery contention, even with some of the concerns in his athleticism and handle. He's probably not a lead guard for those reasons, which muddies things a bit for his overall stock. But with Atlanta,
is this the New Zealand team? Wait, the pink team. That looks like the New Zealand team. Which muddies things. There's no way this is the New Zealand Breakers. Nah, these guys are too young, bro. NZ Breakers had like a bunch of old
for his overall stock, but
bunch of like 25, 30 plus year olds.
What we saw from Jalen Johnson this year, Yakuchonis might be worth putting in the mix.
Kasparis Jakuchonis to the Hawks.
And with the last pick in the lottery,
Carter Bryant. Is that Kobe's son? It could be.
First,
Bryant. Obviously Kobe's last name, and Kobe, obviously, rest in peace to Kobe Black Mamba, bro. Died like 2020. I remember the day and moment that it happened. That shit was sad, bro. That was literally the most saddest day of all time. Kobe when he died. But Carter Bryant, is it secretly Kobe's son? It probably is, bro. It probably is. He probably had a secret son with a different woman.
Has a pretty clear projection.
Hey, it's potential, bro. Literally potentially.
Occasional play and
it's potentially. Bro said, "Fuck NBA, gay ass sports." All right, bro, get this guy out. If I had mods, bro, I'd tell them to ban this guy, Andreas, bro. What is this guy talking about? NBA is the GOATest, the best sport of all time. No competition, bro. Literally no competition.
Options in this spot, but if San Antonio is making this pick, I think Brian's skill set is exactly what you'd want to fill out the rest of the roster with. Now at 15, the OKC Thunder take the hottest name in the draft right now in Washington State's Cedric Coward. He looked like a potential first
OKC. Well, we have the 15th pick and we took Cedric Coward. We're taking a dude with the last name Coward. Your name is a cow. Nah, we're not drafting this guy, bro. He is not gonna get drafted to OKC. He's gonna go to like a team like maybe the Mavericks. I feel like the Mavericks would draft this guy number 1 overall just because of the name, bro. Nico Harris and this guy would have some type of connection. If you know, you know, bro. He's definitely not coming to my team, bro. Facts. Check YB new sound, bro. Send it to me, bro. Send it to me. I'll watch it after this. All right. There's still 20 minutes left. Come back in 20 minutes if you want to listen to some YB, Andres. I hear you. If you don't want to watch NBA, I'll be listening to that YB as soon as this is done. Send it to me on IG. All right. Lock in.
After
NBA.
That, I was fairly sure he'd end up in a spot like Duke.
Cedric Coward.
But
bro is not coming to my team. We do not want him.
That can defend,
just because of the name.
And shoot it is pretty obvious to see the appeal.
Looks kind of good though.
That's led to his stock skyrocketing. I will say his range is probably a little wider.
I thought it was the white guy.
At the moment.
I still think it's this short guy.
Like 25th, which would still be amazing.
Number 0. I like his jump shot. His jump shot kind of looks like jump shot. What did he just say? What did this guy say, bro?
I still think he could very well go like 25th, which would still be amazing. But because of his archetype, he'll probably get a bit of a bump. And with the 16th,
he'll get a bump, bro. I thought he said he's a bump. And there's no way you're making a video about this and you're calling people a bump, bro.
Orlando Magic take Colorado State's Nick Clifford. He's
Trash.
a 6'6" wing who can do a number of things. He's an improved shooter and complimentary playmaker. He's a good athlete and is solid on the defensive end. And while I think Orlando can go in a ton of directions with their picks and just in general this offseason, shooting and feel is at the top of my personal list.
Nikkei Clifford.
And Nick checks those boxes despite being an older player.
Nick? How old is he? He looks pretty young, bro. It looks like
Rasheer Fleming is going to Minnesota here at 17. He's got one of the more intriguing role player games as a 6'9" guy with a.
Hey, if you're watching, bro, say what's up in the chat. I don't know if anyone is watching. Like, I go to here, it says one person is watching at all time. Somebody else say hello. Somebody. All right. Back to business. We watching NBA draft lottery. If you like NBA, lock in, bro. Say something in the chat. Say something in the motherfucking Chizzy chat. Rasheer Fleming. Am I gonna remember this guy's name? Definitely not, bro. He sounds mad unfamiliar.
He doesn't do much with the ball, but as long as the shot is around league average, he's gonna play like 15 minutes a game at minimum somewhere.
Oh,
a team like Minnesota
nice defense.
could use him in their second unit.
But does anyone else prefer defense to offense? Like when it comes to like highlights, a lot of people prefer obviously between the leg, step back three or dunk or layup or something, jump shot, ankle breakers. But for me, bro, I love them blocks, steals, type of defense. You know, yeah, I love to see that shit, bro. I love to see it. And this guy chased
the 18, the Washington Wizards take Jace Richardson.
Who is this dude? Bro, I know one guy looks exactly the same as this guy.
Now Jace measured in at about 6'1".
Not exactly, like similar, like more thicker than this guy.
Considering we haven't seen him create consistently.
But pause, all right? Not like that, bro. Thicker as in like
the shooting, the field, the defensive activity.
If you know what I mean.
Upside as a shot maker, keep him someone I think should be valued highly.
Jason Richardson.
Will give him a little more freedom than he had.
Oh, Jace Richardson. If bro added it in to his name, he would be Jason Richardson, like the original Jason Richardson from the Warriors in like the early 2000s, bro. But it might be his son, Jace. It actually might be his son. That's crazy. We had two sons so far: Kobe Bryant, Carter Bryant, and Jason Richardson, Jace Richardson. That's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. Bro, somebody said go for a run. Oh, Andrea said go for a run. Fuck NBA. Bro, I'm not going for a damn run. It is minus 10 degrees outside. I'm staying inside. It is warm in here. And they said goat, snake. What the hell?
I figure out exactly.
Oh, Kobe Bryant, the goat. Oh, we being honest, LeBron's the goat, but Kobe's up there. Kobe's definitely up there, bro.
I'm very confident he's one of the best defenders in the class, and his connected pass.
So at number 19, we got Noah Pineda. Who? Bro, I'm definitely not remembering half these
as
names.
A shooter, make him someone that's pretty appealing.
Bro, I low-key don't even want to watch the rest of this shit. This is mad long, bro. Like, how long is this? Does he go all the way to 30? 50 Cent? Yeah, I'm not watching this shit, bro. God. Alright, we'll watch until 30, alright?
He may not have the same overall perceived upside as others, but he projects positively as a role player and in a similar vein of some of the options that were there at 8.
Fuck Kobe. Alright, bro. Ban this guy, bro. How do you ban this? How do you ban people? I don't know how to ban this guy. Bro said fuck Kobe. Slime YB. YB slime. No, YB snake goats. Yeah, bro. I don't know how to block people, but this guy, bro, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, every social media, block this Dre Jizzit guy, bro.
I've been lower on him for most of the year.
Get him out of here. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm taking these comments off my screen, bro. This shit is pissing me off. How do we do this? How do we? Yeah, go up there, bro. I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see any of that shit, bro.
Landing spot for
get out of here.
His type of pick and roll and down.
Alright, 20. Nolan Trelawney. Is this guy French? I think I've heard of him before. There's no way they have another French guy. Let's take it back. Let's take it all the way back. And they say he's going to the Heat. If the Heat get this guy,
but he projects positively as a role player and in a similar.
That's the type of thing the Heat would do. They always get some underrated player.
Were there at 8.
So let's hear it. Number 20.
Staying with the French connection here.
French connection.
Nolan Traore at 20.
Nolan Traore.
I've been lower on him for most of the year, but his recent stretch makes it hard to be completely out. And a team like the Heat would be a good landing spot.
A team like the Heat. We know who you've been watching, bro. A team like the Heat. Yeah, you've been locked into FCC. We know you FTC. Flight team, stand up. Yeah, I'm flight team, bro. I'm flight team, stand up. Stand up if you FTC as well. But a team like the Heat, we all know who says
take a
that.
minute and
Obviously,
still
the
need to
GOAT
bring it consistently as a
Flight
shooter and
reacts.
his aggressiveness, but the best version of him is one I could see delivering lotto value. Yegor Demin is the pick for the Utah Jazz.
Yegor Demin.
He's probably the most impressive passer.
Well, there's some crazy names out here. We got Igor. Isn't that one Tyler Creator song or album or something? Anyways, and then denim, bro. Like a pair of pants, some jeans, maybe some shorts, denim shorts. That's a crazy name. I don't know who came up with bro's name. It's actually kind of tough, with being honest. Igor Denim. That's actually a unique, very rare.
Has at least been decent.
Like for a star, bro. The first time I heard it, it wasn't heavy. But the second time,
I consider.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of fire, bro.
But that's
kind of fire. Igor Denim.
No,
I actually messed with that.
I think
name,
his passing alone will be.
This is another guy from Duke
who has been on the team.
No, it's not Duke,
rebuild. And this scouting report is gonna come out like
what
right
school
after
is this?
this video.
EBU
So
or
stay tuned
BYU?
for that if you want a little more details on him as a player. The Hawks picked Georgia's Asa Newell at 22. Asa's game is a play finishing big who is super consistent and can move around on defense is bound to interest teams starting in the teens. Now he's a bit of a tweener and we'll need to shoot it to really pop, but I like the value a ton at this point. Danny Wolf is the pick for Indiana at 20.
Has bro came back to the chat yet? Let's see. This man is crying in the chat. Do a YB reaction, G. I'll do a YB, bro. Alright, after number 30, you see number 23 right here. We're gonna get to 30, and then we're gonna look for some YB, alright? Stay patient with it, bro. Stay patient.
He's one of the more interesting players in the draft as a near 7-footer with a legitimate handle and solid 3-ball. He does have some questions in the defense and decision making, but he's someone I can see as a positive piece in a front court that is a little bit light behind Miles Turner, who they hope to re-sign this summer.
Okay.
The Thunder take Florida's Walter Clayton Jr. at 24.
Now
this is a little off from OKC's usual draft philosophy, but
I've heard of this guy before.
Useful in a spot
Walton Clayton, bro.
Real flaw has been.
I feel like OKC is not going to draft him.
So that confidence and playmaking upside we saw from him throughout the year, but especially in the tournament.
Yeah, OKC is not drafting this guy, bro.
OKC. The Magic take Auburn's Tahai Pettiford.
OKC, when it comes to drafts, bro, we're like the best at it. Like, you think about it, we got who do we got? J-Dub? No, we think it all the way back. We got KD. We got Russell Westbrook. We got James Harden. Fear the beard. I know you know him, Andres. I know you know him. Bro got a nice beard. Pause. No weird shit, but bro has a good beard.
With
Russell Westbrook, my favorite player ever. We got J-Dub. We got Chip. We have a lot of names of people that we have got.
And even though he is very undersized, I think Orlando could use what he brings in a real way, whether they address that.
Yeah, OKC, we're the best at drafting. We're not taking that guy. Number 25, they got Tahai Pettiford.
Draft or elsewhere, and they should still have the personnel to insulate him quite a bit if they were to pick him. Now, the Nets have back-to-back picks here.
Liam McNeely. Now, I have heard of this guy before. Liam McNeely at number 26. I mean, all right. I thought he would be a higher pick, bro. I've heard people talking about him doing in the top 5. But at 26,
you take UConn's Liam McNeely.
Didn't expect that.
He had an underwhelming year, but he still has appeal as a shooting and off-ball.
See, a nice shooter, bro.
The defense and
I would want to play with him.
That shows up at the bucket.
Not in a weird way. I would want to play on the same team as him.
Significantly better in an NBA role. And
like with somebody.
For that reason, he's still worth picking.
Yeah, when somebody shoots like that, bro, I just want to pass him the ball and let that shit fly.
He's grown on me recently. He's still raw and has only been playing basketball for a few years, but as an athletic big who can finish.
Let me guess, he's from France, huh?
Protect the rim a little and move around on defense. He's got.
Oh my God! Look at that dunk. Are we serious? Look at this shit.
He's still raw and has only been playing basketball for a few years, but as an athletic big who can finish plays, protect the rim a little, and move around on defense, he's got appeal, and especially in a situation.
Jawan Betteringer. Oh.
The Celtics
he mad athletic.
Guard
I feel like OKC might take him.
His combination of defensive impact and playmaking as a complementary
number 28, Labrador.
You'll have to get more consistent as a shooter and maybe a little more aggressive overall. But he makes winning plays that stood out all year, and I like him here in Boston, especially with some of the tough decisions that they may have to make coming up.
Okay. Number 29, who we got?
The Suns go with
Ben Sarif, bro. Never heard of this guy. A lot of these folks I never heard of.
On the Suns roster.
Wait, where is he from again? My bad.
The Suns go with Ben Sarif for guard from Ratio Farm Home.
Where? Ratio Farm Home.
I have no idea who's going to be on the Suns roster in 3 months, so I'm not too concerned with that. But Sarov's upside as a passer and playmaker is too much to pass up at this point. Sure, there are questions in the shot, and he is still super left-handed, but I like him enough as an attacker and would consider him throughout the first round. And then with the last pick in this first round, the Clippers take Creighton big man Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Last pick. Now, he isn't the most exciting pick, Andreas,
his production as a rim protector and play finisher is fairly obvious and should at least a spot as a backup in the league. Zubac has become one of the best centers in the
NBA. He looks pretty slow.
Their bench minutes were rough at the 5, so
that was a nice move.
Fills that gap in a pretty.
Nah, he looks slow. He looks slow, bro. But you get people like Zubac, like you said, that are pretty slow. Alright, bro, that's enough. That's the first round right there. What do we think? Bro, I'm not finishing this video. I don't care about the damn second round. From what I understand, OKC, we are not taking Cedric Howard, specifically off the name, bro. We're not taking him. And then number 24, Walton Clayton Jr. We're not taking him, bro. We're not taking you, bro. But I think Cooper Flag 100% going number 1. Dylan Harper, I don't know about this top 4. I think it might be a little bit different, but Cooper Flag 100% number 1. He is the next LeBron, bro. I'm saying it here. I'll say it right here, right now. He's next LeBron. Obviously, he's white. That doesn't change nothing, bro. He's the next LeBron. Facts. And he's coming here right now. Actually, a few more months, bro. He's gonna be there. Simple as that, bro. That's the end.